So today's market is a crazy market, and we're talking about how to make you the most ridiculous amount of money when selling your home in a strong seller's market, because there's some tweaks that you can do to really ensure you get maximum dollar. This ain't your grandpa's real estate market. So getting top dollar with great terms in the shortest amount of time possible, it's changed a lot in the past year. So if you plan on selling your home now or in the next few months, take advantage of the following 3 tips. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you need to do to make top dollar, and it starts now. I'm Jonathan Beasley, and this is my lovely wife, Rachel. And if you like our content, would you do us a favor by hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification too? We put out a ton of videos and we hope you like them. And if you do, subscribe. So tip number 1, don't sell your home too fast. I'm guessing you probably didn't see that coming. At least I'm hoping you didn't see that coming. We hear this a lot right now. Homes are flying off the shelf. It's a historically great seller's market. And a lot of that's true, but don't fall for the idea that selling your home in a day or in 2 days or in 8 hours is necessarily a good thing. In fact, I would argue that it is not a good thing. So let's talk about why that is. So by most any conventional standards, a seller's market occurs when there's an absorption rate over 20%. DMAC, what's an absorption rate? So by any and every technical definition, we are smack dab in the middle of a seller's market. We're well over 20% in the Hampton Roads area. So with that said, I freaking cringe every time I hear someone bragging that they sold their house in 6 hours or 8 hours or even in less than 2 days. So hear me on this. I feel really, really strongly, not just as listing brokers, but as sellers ourselves. We are professional investors. We flip houses regularly. We flip apartments regularly. So we're constantly listing properties that we own. I will never accept a contract day one. So I'm speaking from experience. You are leaving money on the table if you sell your home too quickly. You may in fact end up having regrets a week or 2 weeks later when you realize that someone may have been happy to pay you more for your home. So here's why. When a home is marketed properly, it takes some time to get that information distributed thoroughly, or disseminated, college word. So if you finalize the sale too quickly, you're missing out on other potential offers. Think about supply and demand. The greater demand there is something, the less supply there is of something, the more valuable it becomes. So to answer the question, would your home sell fairly quickly in this market? Yeah, most likely. As they say, rising tides floats all ships. But that doesn't mean that you should take the first offer that you get. If you have someone that can put together a specific and a comprehensive marketing strategy for your home, particularly a pre-listing market strategy, in conjunction with probably the greatest seller's market we've ever seen, you'll make more and more money on the sale of your home by creating competition for it. So to get top dollar, the bottom line, I said all of that to say is this: you need a broker that can deliver multiple buyers and create a bidding war for your property via effective marketing, particularly pre-listing marketing. Do not sell your home too fast.
I'm gonna go with number 2, which is run your budget scenarios, including future proceeds from the sale of your home. And be sure you know what your next home is gonna cost you and if it fits in your budget. So here's some basic stats. The median sales price for existing homes appreciated 13% in the last year, in 2021. And we saw almost double-digit appreciation for the last 30 months straight.
Not almost, we actually saw double digits.
Okay, so we actually did,
yeah,
guys.
30 months of double-digit appreciation.
Sick one. Now, that's come to an end here in 2022, and we're seeing the median sales price close around 3 to 5% higher, which still is pretty awesome. So while prices aren't expected to climb as fast as they were, there's still a high demand of buyers, and the market is still very, very strong and that's not gonna disappear. So now let's talk interest rates. The Fed predicted 3 increases in rates this year, and we already saw one take place already. And while rate increases are almost a definite going to happen in 2022, they're likely going to remain low from historic perspective. I mean, really, they're not going to go crazy time. Realtor.com predicts that the mortgage interest rates will average around 3.3% throughout the year and rise no more than like 3.75%. So they're still really, really good rates, you guys. So we would highly recommend you do a couple of things. 1, call a real estate broker and get familiar with what you're
self-promotion.
No, I can't help myself. So anyway, you guys call a real estate broker and find out what they think they can sell your home for. And take it a step further. What are your net proceeds going to be? What are you going to be taking away from that so that you know what you're going to be able to put into your next home? Then Talk to a loan officer. Find out what your rates would be about right now, so you have an idea of what your next home purchase is going to look like, what you can afford. The last thing you want to be is caught with your pants down, excited that you made a killing off of your existing home, but you were woefully unaware of how much that dream home was going to cost you.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, there's been a lot of moving parts. Interest rates are going up a little bit, not by a ton. Prices have increased a lot. You're going to benefit greatly by that, by virtue of selling your home. You're going to do really well, especially if you've been there a few years. But you definitely want to know what you're getting into and get familiar with that before you sell, so that it's not a big shot. Disappointment can be painful in this process, which kind of brings me to number 3. You need someone that's actually effective at helping you walk through life change, because it's a top life stressor that we've spoken of many times. So since you need a broker to help you assemble your data and your numbers, we're recommending you create a checklist of the things that you want in a real estate agent and then go do your research. So it's a reality. We just moved. It's stressful. It's a real thing. And the realtor that you pick can make a huge difference in the experience that you and your loved ones have when you're moving. You have so many other moving parts, pun intended, but you're packing all of your earthly possessions, you're moving your family. There's so many things going on. The last thing you need to be doing is worrying about whether or not your broker is doing a good job putting in the research and helping you collect as many dollars that you have probably well earned in that house as you deserve. So while you're thinking in these terms, what's the one website people spend a lot of time watching videos and learning about a specific topic? YouTube. Yeah, you might have thought Google, which is also kind of true, but here's a funny little side note, reality check for you. Most of the things that Google is really good at is stuff that people can pay for. So we don't personally use it as a source of credibility when we're doing research, because I hate to say it, people can be at the top of your search page just by paying for it. People can have articles published about them just by paying for it. People can have reviews written about them just by paying for it. So it's a little tacky and hacky. Let's play some hacky sacky, but it really happens. We know some people that do it, and we're not a fan of it. So we recommend YouTube. Do your credibility search there. It's really hard for people to fake their way through 10 videos or 30 videos or 100 videos, and it's just a great way for you to kind of get to know how people communicate, the way they think, their style, and that sort of thing. Because your broker is going to be one of your closest allies for the 30 to 120 days that you're going to be selling your home and moving up. Obviously, we love that shot, but otherwise, we hope you enjoyed these tips. That is how you can maximize your dollars by selling your home in this 2022 crazy sellers market. We are That Fit Team, professionals in real estate.
And passionate about people.
See you soon.